Did anybody show up to class?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Hey. I know I'm coming in a little late, but it is. Abby said she was almost asleep. Well, wake up, get. What's going on, Andre? It's too many of y'all live at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I get it. I'm sorry. This is not my normal time, but y'all know I'm on a mini vacay. So we were out earlier, doing things, and so I said I would live. Plus, I wanted to wait on something that was happening, and we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. Y'all can tell I got caught in the rain. Look, y'all can tell I got caught in the rain up here. I don't know what they got going on up here in Detroit. Let me finish saying hi to my people. Mystic Rain, Mr. Demille. Hey, Danny, what's up, Miss O? Hey, Sophie. Hey. Sharon Ware. What's up, everybody? Yolanda Renette. Hey, Miss Bay Thing. Hey. All right, you guys. Anybody that I didn't see, my apologies. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Hey to everybody again. Listen, we're gonna talk about. Well, we do. I guess we do have a few escape housekeeping situations, but we're gonna talk about something other than escape, child. I got a new scandal of brewing for y'all. Okay, we got a new scandal of brewing for y'all. We're gonna get into that. Okay. Please hit that like button as you walk in the door. It is a free way to support the channel. Y'all know that I do not ask for donations. I do accept them, but I do not ask. I just ask that you hit the like button, please and thank you. Girl, don't remind me. I'm here to hear you do your thing. Well, thank you, boo. Thank you so much. Hey, Paul. Hey. Yes, please say a prayer to the Wi-Fi gods. Knock on wood that is all working, that it is all working for the good tonight. Hey, Quake, what's going on? That it is all working to the good tonight. Okay.
Tell them they gonna leave my spectrum alone.
Nisi said y'all gonna leave her spectrum alone.
That's the Wi-Fi.
I know what that means. I can use deductive reasoning. I know what that means. Listen, y'all, she been giving me a hard
I've been
time.
up since like 6 something.
You were up that early? Girl, I was sleeping. Whew. Yes, Danny. Thank you, Danny. Danny says if you want to get your Really Be tumbler or mug, they are on sale through the 15th. So that lets you know that the sale is listen, the 15th, that ain't long. That is not long. Thank you, Danny. And the candles are still available as well. So she dropped that information. A live audience, yes, we got a live studio audience, right? And she got jokes. She thinks she's anyway. Please fall asleep. Please do. All right, y'all. So let's get into some of these things that I have before we get out of here. Now, first of all, I have a few quick little stories, and then we're gonna get into a couple of the bigger stories. What's up, Cams? Hey, boo. Her laugh is everything. Don't tell her that, child. She over there giggling now. She's supposed to be taking a nap. I asked her if I was gonna keep her up. She gonna say maybe. Anyway. All right. So first of all, you guys, down to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They are filming, and allegedly Dorit and Erica are beefing this season. Now, listen, I feel like this season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What is? You know what? I got a boo boo right there on my arm, and it hurts.
First you allergic. Now you got a boo boo.
Yeah, Detroit them beat me up. Yes. That is yes. I blame Detroit. Anyway, Xavier said that they had Spectrum when they first moved to Vegas, and it's horrible. Well, no comment because I don't pay the bill around here. So
When you want to, let me know.
no, I don't. I don't want to pay for. I got my own bills. How about that? So That's what they said. Now, the way I feel about this, the new season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, if you want to know the truth of the matter, I feel like they're gonna throw whatever they can at the wall and see what sticks. I feel like they're not sure how they can rebound after last season. They did lose something with Renna, even though Renna was the villain. Everybody loved to hate. Renna was the villain, and excuse me, she would get in there and get messy, and she would stir the pot, and she would carry the bones. So it is going to be interesting to see what happens. Erica said that is boring without Renna. We'll see. We'll see. They're filming, and we'll see how that goes. Now, down to the Married to Medicine. I know this might be old news, but I don't feel like we've had a regular tribe meeting in a while. I can bring you the stuff that I have, okay? Quad is out. Now, I told you guys last week that she had confirmed that she had not signed a contract. They were still negotiating the terms. But it looks like she is officially not a part of the season. Now, you guys know that a couple of years ago, they had demoted her to friend of the show, and she worked her way back up to a full-time cast member last season. But it looks like this season I feel like what happened was they were going to demote her again, and she was probably like, nah. I told you guys this before. Bravo, generally, not 100% of the time, but Bravo generally allows you to bow out. They generally say, hey, I'm not coming back because of whatever. They generally allow you to spin your own narrative. So her saying that she's chosen not to come back, I don't know if I believe that. Now, we do know that they're bringing back her ex-husband and his fiance. So they said that that's part of the reason, which that may very well be part of the reason. Even though last year when they brought that up, she said that oh yeah, that would be great. I will welcome that. What she said and what she meant are two different things. But those of you who watched, y'all know how nasty it got between her and Dr. Greg towards the end, even accusations of abuse. So I don't think that she would have been all that cool with playing kumbaya in group settings with him, and with the fiance. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it, and I'm sure that the producers were being real shady. And even some of the cats who were pushing for him to be a part of, Quad probably was side eyeing them. Yeah, Quad was probably side eyeing them as well. So that's what I wanted to see Quad interacting with her ex. Yeah, well, yeah. So they've lost 3 cast members. I'm worried. These big cast shakeups don't usually fare well. They did lose. I don't really think they lost a lot with what's her name? And then here go the Wi-Fi. That the nanny quit and y'all convinced her to come back. Child, she went to go visit her family.
The Wi-Fi acting up because you're talking crap about Anila.
Is that what it is? The Wi-Fi acting up because I'm talking. You like Anila? Yeah. Contessa, I do think we lose something with Contessa, even though she got on my nerves last season. But Contessa will give you a scene, honey. Contessa will give you a scene. Oh, not in a wig. But we definitely, I think, lose something with Quad. I do. Whether you love to hate Quad or not, I definitely think we're gonna lose something with Quad. I liked Anila's husband more than I liked Anila. Her husband was funny to me.
He was funny.
Yeah. The husband, yeah. So it definitely will be, but I know they have 2 new doctors this season, so we'll see how that works out. But anyway, that's what they got going on there. Was that your alarm?
It's what my manager said.
Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead, y'all. Y'all are here and y'all are into it. Child, I'm so sick of these escape women. So today, Lily and Tiny was fighting down to the Instagram again. Listen, I don't care. And Lily made some comments about plastic surgery. Do y'all want to hear? I mean, I'll tell y'all what she said, but are y'all over it or not? Y'all want to hear what Lily said about Tiny and her plastic surgery, child? But anyway, they was down to the Instagram fighting, child. Hey, Jonathan. I'll miss Quad, but not Contessa. I I really liked Contessa like her first 2 seasons, but then she really went left. But I know what it is, you have to be very careful. Hey, Tracy, what's up? You have to be very careful. Especially y'all do okay. Yeah, all right, I'll get to y'all in a second. You have to be careful when you put your business out here, especially TV. You spent a whole season talking about your husband and what your husband did and what your husband said, and then you and your husband reconcile. You wanted to erase what happened. Again, you're mad at Dr. Heavenly because Dr. Heavenly spoke on what you were going through in your marriage. Again, was it hurtful? Yeah, I can understand. And Heavenly, I don't think that Heavenly, y'all were friends in real life, so I'm sure it was even more hurtful because you considered Heavenly a friend in real life. But the flip side is you put it on a reality TV show. You can't erase what you told us. So then you spent the whole last season being mad about people remembering that you said your husband was a cheater. Like, you can't be mad about that. You said it. He admitted it at the reunion. Anyway, child. They done bought the New York gotta leave. They sure did. Okay, let me get to it. Y'all said y'all wanted to hear it, child. All right, let's get to it, honey. All right, let's get to it. So, let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I did have that one. All right. It says here, Lily Lines claps back after Tiny says Escape has more followers on social media. So let's read what was said, honey. Okay, I got all of it right here. Hold on. Let's start with what Tiny said. Tiny said, "Do y'all know how much money is being made on social media these days? Or am I true? We may not have sold 30 million records, bitch." She put that in quotation marks. Because remember, said, okay, she wasn't calling them bitches. She was repeating what Coco said, okay? But we have been blessed to be able to expand our market. Hashtag the queens of R&B.
That's a show or they name?
That's the name of the show. Then it says, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Please go stream my music on Spotify and follow each member of SWV on all social media platforms. Now, on one hand, it sounds like, oh, she's being nice, blah, 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 blah. But then on the other hand, it's like, I feel like you're being a little condescending. Oh, because y'all remember, Tiny got 7 million social media followers. So now I go follow SWV, but, she might not have been nothing by it. So Lily says the following, and I'm not sure if I'm reading this in the correct order, but it don't even matter, child. Both groups are doing it right. We can go back and forth all day. Just know that at some point, no one will give a damn about none of us. All the plastic surgery won't matter. Tits gonna fall to the knees. Sexy outfits will start looking like pull-ups, etc. She said none out of the two groups on the show have ever sold out an arena alone. That is the operative word, is alone. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's been done, do it again. I will kiss everyone's ass cheek right in the middle of Peachtree Street. Then she said the industry changes and so do fans. If any one of us was special, where would us be with these solo albums came out? Huh? Don't ever think everyone follow you because you're so great. They follow the mess. Now, she ain't wrong about that. Let's be clear. Has the most followers out of all of them. But a lot of that comes from her being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and all of the mess that comes with being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta has opened a lot of doors for Kandi. We know she's had numerous spinoffs. We know that she has gotten into, because let's be clear, I don't know about y'all, but I don't even know if I remembered that Kandi wrote Scrubs until she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I remember hearing about it in the streets, like when it first came out, but let's get no to any of that. You have a lot of followers because you are on reality TV, and reality TV equals mess. Same thing with Tiny. you are, until the group got back together, you were known more as T.I.'s wife than you were known for anything dealing with Escape. I mean, let's just gonna call a thing a thing. Y'all know I like Candy, I like Tiny, I like Lily too, and I think she makes a valid point. I think that we do live in a world of social media, and so you can't ignore that. You can't escape, pardon the pun, you can't escape that fact. But I also think that there comes a time we put way too much emphasis, because again, if followers translated to record sales, y'all would, every time y'all drop something, y'all would go, it would go platinum, and that's just not happening. We know that's not happening. I mean, didn't that happen to what that girl, Sweetie? Didn't that happen to her a couple of? Didn't she drop an album last month or 2 months ago? And she's got millions of followers on social media, and I don't think nobody bought that thing. So Lily's not wrong when she says they follow the mess, and I think that's valid. I think there's a valid point there. Anyway, so that had happened today. Since we talking about Escape, let's just go ahead and get down. Again, I was told that y'all want a full breakdown on this. Y'all tell me now. Put it in the chat. Yes or no. I was told that y'all want a full breakdown on this mistress situation with Tasha K. Do y'all want this? Because are y'all not over it? I mean, the man is a cheater. Tasha ain't gonna leave him. Do we need the details? If y'all want the details, y'all know I'll bring you the details. You know I ain't got no problem with that. But I want to make sure that y'all care. Because if y'all don't, move on else. Okay, I see yeses. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna break it down for y'all. I'm gonna get in there and get dirty. Now, it probably won't be till later on in the week, because let me tell you why it won't be till later on in the week. I'm here to bring y'all up today. Okay, so here's what's going on. Okay, we met mistress number one, Unique. Right? We talked about her. What was that? Was that last Friday or the Friday? I think that was the Friday before last, right? We talked about Miss Unique. She did the interview down to the Tasha K. She posted the receipts. Yada, yada, yada. Now, mistress number two, Tasha K done skipped over. Now, here's why Tasha K has skipped over mistress number two. Because she can't verify a lot of what this woman is saying. And she believes like this woman is just clout chasing and she lying. Okay? Part of what this woman is saying is that Rocky put her and her son up in a apartment, and he paid for the apartment. And she tried to send Tasha K a copy of the lease to prove it. Tasha K doesn't believe that the paperwork is valid. And so she's not really putting a lot of emphasis on number two. Now, we'll see what happens with that. I ain't saying number two lying. I'm just saying that Tasha K feels like her receipts are a little iffy. Okay. Now, mistress number three, there was a phone call, and I can get access to the phone call. Y'all know I got my sources. She's the one that is synced. Okay, so let me give y'all a little bit of what that phone call. And I do a full report when we break this whole thing down in a separate video. But what the mistress number three is alleging is that she met Rocky through a dating, online inbox and something like that. But they did not have an in-person affair. They talked on the phone, and he was going to move her to Atlanta to be closer to him. But in their phone conversation, she said that they do not have an open marriage, that whenever Rocky would call her, he would be in his car or he would be at the gym, which, if y'all got an open marriage, then you should be able to sit in your living room, right? But she said that it is, according to Rocky, it is not an open marriage, that they do not have an open relationship. But again, I don't think any of us believe that bull hockey when Tasha said it. Did y'all believe it? Because I know I ain't believe it. Then she said that Rocky insinuated that the reason why Tasha and Candy never got along is because him and Candy dated first. Now, Candy said last night on Speak On It that ain't happened, no way, shape, or form. She said, I ain't did Rocky, I ain't slept with Rocky. That is just not the case. She said that is not it. Boom. Okay. So that's mistress number three. Now, Last night, Tasha K dropped one of her teasers. And she said that she had just got done interviewing Unique for the second time. And that Unique bought even more receipts. And she said that whatever receipt Unique bought this last time is a bombshell. And it is going to really, really, really hurt Tasha. Now, and so the reason why I say we'll do the next Tasha K video after she drops this quote unquote bombshell. She said it'll be later on in the week. Y'all know how Tasha K does. She'll advertise for it. She'll probably drop it on Friday when she does her Effery Fridays. She may drop it sooner, but I doubt it. I think she's gonna keep building up all week, drop us clips and teasers, and then she'll drop it on Friday. That's what I think will happen. So I'll be here, even though Friday is Good Friday. Okay. But we'll talk about it then. So I will do the full breakdown whenever she drops this next interview. Okay. But this is my thing about it. Tasha's not going anywhere, y'all. Tasha's not going anywhere. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is my opinion. I think that girl dropped her load. I think she gave us the best that she got the first time. I think her and Tasha K are selling wolf tickets. I think whatever this big bombshell is, it's probably not going to really move us. But I could be wrong. Because, I mean, you done already told us about abortions. You done already told us about, what he said about Tasha. And, that's the other thing. The third mistress said that Rocky used to talk about Tasha and how he wasn't attracted to her and, that kind of stuff. Just very harmful things. But again, stuff I believe he probably said. Like, listen, take Rocky out of the equation. Let's just put any random dude that's cheating on his wife and he's trying to convince the other woman why he's cheating on his wife. Isn't that what men do? Isn't that the playbook? She doesn't understand me. She doesn't support me. I'm not attracted to her anymore. Like, it's the playbook. So, I mean, do I believe he said it? Yeah, I believe he said it. That he meant it or not, who knows? But I absolutely believe he said it. Okay. Maybe she has the bank deposit of the 30. She might. Listen, now we know Unique had receipts. Unique had receipts. So she may have something. We'll be like, oh my gosh. So I don't know. Rocky is trash, but I will never understand why women are so anxious to hop out and admit to dealing with him on any level. And y'all gotta do a better job of keeping y'all hoes in check. That's all. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. All men talk down on their wives when they cheat. Exactly. That's not a flex. He didn't leave her for y'all. I'm just saying, and that's not a flex either. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, he ain't go nowhere. He might have talked about Tasha like a dog, but where'd he go every night? Back home to Tasha. So, not a toothless cheater. Wait. So we will. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, when the Tasha K interview, part 2 of the Unique interview drops, then we'll come down. Now, I do want to say this. Let me say, I want to let y'all hear what Tasha K had to say about responding to Rocky. Now, didn't I tell y'all? Listen. I know, I don't know everything. I know I don't. I don't know everything, y'all. But did I not tell y'all? Did I not? Tasha K did him so dirty and did this. Remember, what I tell y'all? I said, she coming back. Did I tell y'all she was circling back around? So, of course, she spoke on it. So, I'm going to just let y'all hear a little bit of what she had to say. Because let's remember, Rocky said that Tasha K called him, that Tasha K wanted the interview with him, and that she illegally recorded their phone call. So, let's listen to what Tasha K had to say in response to that. Okay.
You want to interview and address the 30,000? You know what he said? Let me read to you what he said before he went in there and make sure he ain't, because he ain't stupid enough to delete no messages. Let's see. Hold on. No, he did not change his damn Child, he done changed his Instagram name to Jungle Man R. He done deleted Rocky Biv, and now it's called Jungle Man R. You right. You out here in the jungle for real. Nah, right now. I'm screenshotting. Don't delete, brother. He watching the show. Don't delete. So I said, I need to interview Rocky. Right? Hold on. That's what I said. I said, I need to interview Rocky. He said, you know what? They have pissed me off enough to finally talk. That's what he said. I think we set it up. I will be in ATL on Monday. If you want to knock it out, we'll keep everything low key. He said, send your number so I can call you later. I sent my number. Now, he didn't call until after I hit Unique and posted the apology. I guess maybe he thought I was supposed to tell him that. Nah, brother. I got the work to do on both sides.
So she reached out to Rocky for an interview about the 30,000. He said, sure. We'll take care of it. I'll give you a call. In between him calling her for that interview is when she met with Unique. And once she posted the little teaser for the Unique interview, he started, according to her, blowing her up.
Said you was gonna do the interview. Unique came out and did hers. So when I said, okay, she done shut me down, I put up the apology. Guess who blowed up my phone the next day? I'm literally trying to get my shit together to go catch a flight. He calling. I had to tell him. I said, Rocky, I can't talk to you right now. I'm getting ready to catch a flight. I cannot talk to you. So he was like, well, okay, hit me when you can, because I'm on a promo tour. He was telling me he was on tour, not a promo tour, but a tour. So I'm thinking he round from city to city. He's going around from V103 to 97.5 and 96.6 on a big-ass bus around Atlanta. They just could have got in the Mercedes, okay, and drove down to them states. They didn't need no promo bus. Don't nobody do them rap buses no more like Kaya got. Rap vans on donuts. Don't nobody do that no more. Waste of gas. Emissions. So he calling. You know why he called? Oh, you know what? Let's just do it now. Let's just knock it out. And I'm going to tell you everything you want. But I'm going to tell you, I want to do this. And then I want us to sit down in person. So I'm like, all right, let's just go and do it now. So we did it. What you heard was what he did. Now you want to say, because you thought, I don't know what you thought. I don't know. It's like, I think sometimes maybe he thought that I wasn't going to go forward with Unique story is what I think he thought, because he was able to somehow convince me that he had bigger stories for me to report on, and his story was nothing.
That's exactly what he thought, Tasha. He thought that he had given enough of a teaser of a bunch of other stories, and you would be so enthralled in these other federal cases that you wouldn't even think about that. Boy, bye. So anyway, that was her response to explain that no, she did not illegally record him. That it was an interview, and that she absolutely knew she was recording the call. And my thing is this: at this point in the game, in this day and age, if you're doing an interview with somebody on the phone, you've got to assume that they're recording it. Like, you gotta, especially somebody like a Tasha K that just came out of a defamation. Like, you just gotta assume. Right. Tasha K is loud like me. Like, I'm loud too. But she also has that great mic. So it absolutely sounds like she's yelling, which she is yelling, but it's like, child. So there's that, child. That's the Tasha K stuff, child. Listen. Rocky is so used to being a bully. He got Tasha K as a bully too, but sometimes a smarter one, and especially after Cardi B, she moves smart now. Yeah, she's definitely not going. Listen, I'm not going to say that Tasha K will never make a mistake, but I don't feel like Tasha K is going to make the same mistake twice. Now, that's my opinion. Is this her inside voice? She yelling like she outside the bar. Child, if that's her inside voice, I really would hate to see her at the barbecue. Okay. Like I know I do. I hear it, but I've been told that I do it. So I know that I'm loud, but I don't mean to be loud. So I get it. All right, y'all. Down at the trial that seems like it's just gonna never end. The YSL case. Remember last week or the week before last, I told you guys about the juror who was taping in the courtroom and got caught. The other juror snitched. Remember we talked about that? The other juror snitched. Well, the judge sentenced that juror to 3 days in jail. Listen, let me tell y'all something. You were probably audio recording because you wanted to sell it to a tabloid, TMZ or something. Baby, I hope it was worth it because you about to spend 3 days in jail because you decided that you were going to record the court proceedings. The reality is you could keep notes. I mean, I don't know. Some juries aren't allowed to keep notes. But if you're allowed to keep notes, just write your notes and then you can tell it to whoever you want to tell it to. Child. He's an idiot. This man is supposed to be a businessman, but don't know Tasha K is known for recording. Right, like, sir. And he claimed he know Tasha K. I've been watching how you move, and I like how you move. Boy, bye. It's 140 here, but it's only 79 likes. Can we get up to 120, please? Listen, I appreciate y'all for being here. Please like the button. It is free 99. Free, not, oh my God. Donations are not required, but they are accepted, y'all. Come on in and have a good time with us. Jalen should become a dentist so he can replace Rocky's tooth and fix his over and underbite. You know what? I'm not doing this with y'all. Okay? Not Jalen need to go to school to help Rocky fix his teeth. Okay? I'm just saying you got all that money from your sister-in-law. You could have got your teeth fixed. That's all I'm saying. If you wanted to, you could have got your teeth fixed. Thank you, Yolanda. Hey, Miss Carter, what's going on? So anyway, y'all. So that's what we had with that. The YSL juror. Child. Let's get into this situation with what happened this weekend in women's sports, right? So let me start from the beginning. The Final Four we had out of the four, because I can't remember the fourth team, and I feel bad because they made it to the Final Four, and I should remember it. Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, her story is incredible. I don't know her. Tasha K vetted her and not like her story was credible. So she may circle back around. Who knows? But did the other juror finish that essay child or that essay? Really be getting an interview with Rocky? No. I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep a straight face. Like Tasha K did good. I couldn't do it. That's why I said South Carolina. Didn't I say South Carolina? Thank you, Miss Carter. Did I say South Carolina? Don Staley was the coach for South Carolina. So unfortunately, the South Carolina team lost against Iowa on Saturday night. And I was heartbroken because I love Don Staley. I have been a fan of Don Staley since she played ball herself. I have followed her career through the WNBA, through coaching. She coached for the Olympic team. She started off as like an assistant coach for the Olympic team. She became the head coach. And she is the highest paid Black coach in college sports, male or female. The highest paid Black coach in college sports, male or female. And she's gotten endorsements, so she's doing really well. And I'm here for. I'm here. I love me some. Loving the Sade lipstick. Thank you. My niece gave me this. This is from the Lip Bar. My niece gave it to me, and it is called Boy Trouble. So Don Staley said in her press conference on Saturday after they lost the game, she said, I want to say something to the media. you know. And she went on to talk to the media and say, listen, you guys need to be very careful what you say when you think no one is listening. You have to be very careful what you're saying about these athletes, because people hear you and they repeat it and they tell me and they tell the players. She said, and so I want to say something to the media. She said, my team, they are not thugs. They are not monkeys. They are not hood, ghetto. She said, they play aggressive. That's how I coach them. So if you have a problem with how they play, then you have a problem. Then you bring that to me. They play the way that I coach them, but they are not thugs, right? They're not, and so when she used the word monkey, that's what really stuck out to me, because the majority of the team of South Carolina State is black, right? So when she said they're not monkeys, I felt like that was a direct quote that she was repeating. She said, it's one thing to have kitchen table talk and you're talking privately and you're talking amongst your friends. She said, but when you say those things where other people can hear you, such as players, such as coaches, she said, and they bring that stuff back to me, I'm just telling you, you need to be mindful of it, right? Now, a lot of people wrote off what she said as sour grapes. Oh, she's just upset because her team lost. Oh, she's just, a sore loser, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of us, myself included, we listened to what she said because we understood that's where it was coming from, right? Like the word monkey is what really did it for me, the word monkey, right? So today's Monday, so they played for the championship. It was LSU versus Iowa State, right? I think it goes without saying that Iowa is a predominantly white team. I mean, I hate to go into the stereotypes, but I think it goes without saying that they were a predominantly white team. LSU, a predominantly black team. Now, I have my issues with LSU's head coach. We can talk about that in a minute, but let's keep it to LSU for a moment. The star player for Iowa, a woman by the name, what's her name? Caitlin? I forget his name. Great player. She was probably one of the best players in the tournament, right? Great player. South Carolina State lost because they couldn't contain her, right? She has this signature move that she does when she's dominating the other team, right? She has this signature move that pay attention to what I'm saying. From Iowa has this signature move that she does thank you, Tan, when she is dominating the other team, right? She has this, you can't see me, right? She does this right here. You can't see me. And she does it when she's making shots all over the court, when she's, dominating the other. You can't see me. You can't see me. I'm kicking your ass right now. And I'm sure there's a lot of shit talking that goes along with the you can't see me. You know why? Because we're playing sports and then we're in the middle of a battle, and that's what players do. Players talk shit. Let me tell you something. I played basketball until the 8th grade, and please understand, I was no Jordan, okay? I wasn't no parts of no Michael Jordan, wasn't about to be no Michael Jordan. But you got a bunch of 7th and 8th graders playing basketball, and we played it like we were in the finals of the NBA because it wasn't no WNBA back then. We played it like we was in the finals of the NBA, and we was talking shit to each other too. And we were aggressive, and we had situations. I could tell you some stories, all right? We had situations. So at the end of the day, it ain't nothing wrong with talking. I ain't never mad at the talking ish. Because that's what you do when you play sports. You talk trash. It's part of the game. Right? But the star player for LSU, young lady by the name of, I wrote her name wrong. That's Angel Reese. Yes. Angel Reese. Now, they've been getting on Angel Reese all season. They've been calling her ghetto, hood, Bayou Barbie. Right? They've been getting on her all year. During the game, when it looked like LSU was getting ready to win that national championship, mind you, the first national championship in the history of the school on the women's side, right? These young ladies were getting ready to accomplish a goal that they probably been chasing their whole life. She saw the light at the end of the tunnel. It had been a battle. It had been a hard, and she proceeded to give it back to Caitlyn. You can't see me. You can't see me. And then she proceeded to point at her ring finger to let them know about this ring. I'm about to win this national championship ring. You know the media classless started major sports writers. I'm not talking about hole in the wall journals that do a podcast out their basement. Oh, no. I'm talking about major sportscasters from ESPN, other. This young lady, as if she had invented this, she was so horrible to do it. Hey, are you freaking kidding me right now? First of all, let's start from the beginning and work our way back. Caitlyn didn't invent this. She didn't invent that move for. Tell me if you've seen this move before. If you watch basketball, y'all tell me if y'all seen this move before. You've seen this before, right? I know I have. Hey, what's up, Joyce? How you doing? Keith Olbermann, and the media made a deal out of only side of the story, didn't say a word about Caitlyn, and Black Twitter went off all day. Exactly. They made it seem like, first of all, they made it seem like this girl was she was doing her move on her. When I do it, it's all good until I do a you on you. G-Unit used to do it. Right. So, and let's be clear, Caitlyn did that move in the tournament. It's not like she did it 3 years ago and no. She did it during the tournament at other players. That's it. John Cena used to do it. You right. Thank you, Bap. The disrespect way those parchment paper men talk to me, lady, as you were right. So that pissed me off because I was like, the double standard is obvious. Like, it's like the double standard, it smacks you in the face, right? Then as I was getting ready to go live, y'all know I always scroll through the blogs and stuff to make sure I didn't forget something or see something that happened right before I go live. Now, Dr. Jill Biden, who I ain't never really had no problem with Jill Biden. She's a teacher. I mean, she's kind of upset me because I feel like she's not doing more proactively for public education, but whatever. She wants to invite both teams to the White House. Now, for those who do not know, traditionally the winner gets invited to the White House for the Super Bowl, for the World Series, for hockey, for the college basketball, college football. The winner gets invited. Please put it in the chat. Please put it in the chat if y'all ever remember the loser being invited. Now, give me a second. I'm going to go get me some water if my niece let me have another bottle of her expensive fancy water. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to go get me some water, and I'll be right back. Y'all know if y'all know of an incident with the loser gets invited. May I have some water, please, Niecy? Sure. I appreciate you. You treat me so good while I was here. You must really love me.
Leave a tip.
Leave a tip. I got a tip for you.
And a review.
I'm gonna leave a nice 5-star review. I'm gonna call your mother and tell her how emotional she gets here. Ugh. Thanks. It's always the winner. I just want to make sure I wasn't tripping. Yeah, it's alkaline. You know, she got the alkaline water, honey. She got the expensive, nice big old bottle too. I'd be up all night if I could not. Lord, I'd be up all night if I drank this whole thing. All right. Right. It's the participation trophy for me.
The white only participation.
Right. The white only. Because I bet you if Iowa had won and LSU was on the losing side, would that same invitation be extended, Dr. Jill? And I hate to put it out there like that, but I just have to call a thing a thing.
We won't provide in that time.
Niecy fancy. Yeah, honey. Niecy is fancy, honey. With the alkaline water. You drink three of these a day? Ooh, probably how much I'm supposed to. Is that how much water I'm supposed to drink a day? 3 of these, Niecy. Am I supposed to drink 3 of these a day?
I think you're supposed to drink half your body weight in water.
Child, half my body weight. Oh God, I'd be floating. Half my body weight a day? I would be swimming. I would die. Anyway, that's another conversation. So that's that. And I'm a little upset by that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little upset by that. Okay. All right, now let's get into we got a new scandal, honey. We got a new scandal. Y'all ready for the new scandal? We've been talking about them escape women. We'll get back to that. Y'all say y'all want to get the breakdown. I give y'all. Y'all know I bring y'all the breakdown. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I bring y'all the breakdown. But let's get into these. Let's get into this new scandal. Y'all ready for this new scandal? 64 ounces they did. Used to say half your body weight. Child, I'll be floating. You have my body weight now. I'll be dead. I'll be dead. But you say 64 ounces? Well, 64 ounces is 2 of these. Because this is 33 ounces. So 2 of these a day. Abby says she do 3 a day. Okay. Oh, Scammer has not been arrested. Oh, but y'all know what? Okay, so here's the update on Bishop Scammer. I don't have a whole update. I got a little update on Bishop Scammer. On Bishop Scammer is that apartment building in Connecticut, it went into receivership. So to make a long story short, that means that the court, that his money, the rent and everything will be going into like, I don't know if escrow is the right word, but he won't be getting it. Okay. It'll be going into a receivership, meaning all money and proceeds from that property will go into that account pending the foreclosure that he has over here, because he's in the process of that property being foreclosed on. So that money will go towards what he owes. Yes, honey. I try to get close to a gallon as possible. 64 is the minimum. I don't know if I'll be even getting the minimum. All right, we're going to work on that. But here's the scandal, though. The scandal is over to the Grown in Hip Hop. How many of y'all are watching Grown in Hip Hop? Anybody watching it? I know some of y'all are watching my reviews. Some of y'all might be keeping up with the Grown in Hip Hop. Y'all watching Grown in Hip Hop? If you break that. So Grown in Hip Hop is basically a grown version. Thank you, Abby. So, Grown and gospel, basically the hip hop, right? It's produced by Carlos King. It comes on over to the We channel. Okay. Now we have Hammond, Fred Hammond's daughter. We have Nicki, I forget the child name, but she's Dorinda Clark's daughter. We have Jay Brooks. His father was in Commissioned, for his name, but he was one of the founders of Commission. So him and Fred Hammond are obviously known each other for years. I guess they cool. I don't know if they cool or not. But him and Bree grew up together. Right? Then we have Shayna Wilson, I think. She's a gospel singer. It takes place in Detroit. All of it's in Detroit. Then we have Elijah is a singer. He sings R&B, but his mother is grandmother is like a big time preacher here in Detroit. But the other person is Tasha Page Lockheart. Now, for those who do not know who Tasha Page Lockheart is, she won Sunday's Best. She won that a few years ago. And her mother is the singer or the lead singer from Witness. Now, here's what's interesting. Her mama is married to Jay Brooks' daddy. So they're stepbrother and sister. So the show has legitimate relationships. These people have legitimately known each other since they were kids. They do have a link to each other, and all of them are connected to some level of Kojic royalty. Because I feel like all of these people came out of Holy Church, right? I still don't know Elijah or his mama. Child, all we know about Elijah is that meme from the Diddy show a few years ago. Don't nobody know that boy. But he legitimately is friends with them in real life. Like Tasha Page Lockheart says she's known him since they were in like high school together, middle school. All right. Let me tell y'all what the scandal is that's going on. For those who watch the show, you probably know. But for those who don't watch the show, let's get into this. Tasha Page Lockheart. Now, Abby, if I wasn't having Wi-Fi problems, I'd bring you up. But I don't know. The Wi-Fi is tripping, so I don't know. So, last episode, Tasha Page Lockheart getting ready for this meeting with her husband, estranged husband at the time. Now, she's married to a pastor. He has a church in New York. Name is Vernon House. Their marriage was very public. You know, they had this big wedding and very public and all that. So on last week's episode, they made a big deal about her getting her, what's up, Star? Made a big deal about her getting her legs waxed and waiting for her husband. And hopefully the night is going to end in a little bit of hoochie coochie, you know. But they never really got into the marriage part of it until the end of the episode, right? I feel like they kept tap dancing around it, right? So we get to the end, the man shows up. Now listen, y'all gonna have to read between these lines. I'm about to throw at y'all, okay? I figured out in the first minutes of meeting this man what the issue is in their marriage, at least in my opinion. But let's keep going. See, Abby. So Abby is gonna be my interpreter. She gonna put in the chat what I ain't saying and read between the lines. Okay. So she says, I know that I violated you. I know that I broke your trust in me. I know that you that I told your secrets. Now, the minute she said I told your secrets, I said, okay, my impression of him and you telling his secrets, I done put 1 and 1. And right now I'm getting 2. Now, it might not be 2, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting 2. Okay. So she bought him a lock talking about this is the key to her heart or something, and she wants to win his trust back. I don't know. Then she said, and I know that my drinking was a big problem in our marriage. So she bought him a shirt, and the shirt says, don't drink. what you supposed to do? You just gonna wear a shirt and say don't drink, and that automatically means that you're no longer an alcoholic or have a drinking problem. I understand the purpose in that. Okay, girl. So then she said, well, I got a third. He bought her a watch time off sale. That's all I can do is tell you that there's some time. What'd you say? Go to say, okay, sorry for the Wi-Fi comment. I came in late. I guess that's why I'm being ignored. But I listen to you every day. You come on. I'm not ignoring you. I don't catch every comment. I'm sorry, baby. I'm talking. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't catch every comment. So she says, well, I have a third gift for you, but I gotta go get it. Now I knew then. I said she about to go put on some lingerie or do something because she's trying to have sex, okay? So I knew. Right. If you want to show me that you're trying to do better about your drinking, then you bring me a sobriety chip from AA. Bring me a keychain or something. A t-shirt that says don't drink. Ciao. Bye. Okay. Hold on. So let me see something. Peace. What's up? Peace. Okay. So she comes back in with the lingerie. And this man was like, "Oh, I thought we were just talking. I didn't know that's what we were doing. I didn't know that's what the expectation was." Y'all can't hear me? Is it coming through choppy? Y'all can't hear me? What's this name you just sent me?
Andre retweeted me. And he said he always gonna help his good sis Jayla. And then also Obama responded to Angela. It's like, oh, we're gonna see good things from them coming soon, and in the future, I'm sure. And then Angela said, "I love my president," in all caps.
Okay, it's very choppy. I'm good now. Okay, y'all know this Wi-Fi is tripping, man. So my apologies. Okay, so the episode ended with her saying, admitting to an affair. She said, look, I know I just need to go ahead and apologize to you now. I know, I cheated on you and I apologize for having the affair. I apologize for cheating on you. Baby, she gave her little speech about cheating on him. He looked over at them cameras. He said, y'all can end the scene now. He said, cut. I'm done. It's a wrap. He took that microphone off, baby, and that was the end of the episode. I said, ooh, girl, you should have said nothing about no affair. He mad. He mad at this affair. So what do you... Tracy, what is this? What are you talking about? Oh, child. Okay. I saw Bishop scammer. I thought something had happened with the bishop. That's why I was like, what? It took me a second. Okay. So, with all of that being said, with all of that being said, she goes down to Carlos King and does an interview, right? Because I know, blah, blah, blah. So let me just give y'all the highlight of her interview. And then I'm going to tell y'all what happened after that. Okay. So she did the interview with Carlos. First thing that I mind was that she had done 3 other reels for other reality shows. A scissor reel is basically like a highlight reel to lay out like a toilet. So basically, you have done 3 other pilots for reality shows. Tells me that you are desperate to do reality TV. That's what it tells me. Tells me that you were not just open to doing reality TV, but desperate to do reality TV. That's my opinion. She put the cast together. The rumor was going around that Elijah was the one that put this cast together, but Carlos King said that it was her, and she, was like, "No, these are my friends." Even though Carlos and Elijah are friends, she put the cast together. She said that her marriage, it was more to it than just the affairs. And a lot of things saying, one of the things she talked about was how her husband used to preach about her. She said, a lot of times when he was preaching, he was sending subliminals to me. She said, people in the church didn't know that. I knew it because I knew conversations we had privately. I knew the things we were going through privately. So I knew that he was throwing subliminals at me or that he was speaking on me, but they didn't know it. Right. So she said that. She said there were a lot of times when she was not acknowledged as the first lady. She would come in and she wouldn't get her proper acknowledgement as the first lady of the church, right? So she said that she felt slighted by that. She said that she's going to tell her truth. And she talked about how as a child she was molested by her uncle. She talked about being molested from 8th grade until I think she said 16 or 17 years old. Now, she sort of alluded to that on the show. Her and Bree both talked about having same-sex relations at one point, and she said that it only lasted from like her high school years. But on the show, she didn't make it seem like it was not. But again, people tell, it very well have been that it was, you look at stuff in context and say, okay, you know what, that wasn't, that wasn't cool. She talked about the night that she was assaulted by she said that she was strung out on drugs. She was high on cocaine and that she got in a car with somebody that she didn't know well. They was drinking and smoking. She said she, passed out, woke up, and the situation was happening to her. She said that she spoke on that, like she testimony. She wanted to talk about now she said that she used the wrong language when she was on the show. She said that she said affair when really she just cheated. She said an affair is like an ongoing relationship. She said, I had sex with somebody outside of my marriage. It was a one-time thing. She said, and when it happened, me and him were already separated. We weren't living together, and we were definitely not having sex. So she said, I misspoke, and I should not have used that language. I should not have said that I had an affair, right? She went on to talk about how her husband has threatened to expose videos of her cheating, videos of her, or allegedly, she said she wasn't cheating, but there were, videos that people had taken of her. They saw her out in public with other men, thinking it was something that it wasn't. And that he threatened to put those things out to make her look bad. And she said, ultimately, the marriage just should not have happened. She said the marriage just should not have happened. So yesterday, honey, her ex-husband, because they're not even married no more, child. her ex-husband, he posted on his Instagram that he was going on Facebook at 8:15 tonight. He was going to drop it like a story. He's been very quiet and he hadn't been sharing his side of the story, but he was going to give his side of the story tonight at 8:15. So that's why I waited. I said, well, let me wait and see what this is going to take, because it makes no sense for me to bring y'all this story and then at 8:15 he go in there and he drop a bomb and then I got to come back. I said, I'm going to wait till 8:15. I'm going to hear what this man is talking about and then I'm going to bring it back to the people. Because y'all know that's what I do for y'all. I go watch the stuff so y'all don't have to, and I bring it back to y'all, and I give y'all the cliff notes. Thank you, Edwina. Thank you. I just got my color redone. I just got it redone. So I think she did do a little something different. But yeah, I got my color redone. Now listen, I'm going to give y'all my notes. And me and Nicki was listening to it. And we came to some conclusions together. But I'm going to give y'all the notes, okay? Now, for those who do not know, the man's name is Thomas Vernon House. T. Vernon House. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram. This video that I'm talking about was on Facebook. I don't know if he saved it or what, but it was on Facebook Live. Okay. Now let me tell y'all, I'm gonna just go through. Oh shoot, I'm dropping stuff. I'm gonna go through the notes. All right, we're gonna go through these notes very quickly because we ain't gonna be here much longer because I gotta go to bed because I'm getting on the road in the morning and Nicki gotta go to sleep, child. So first of all, he spoke about the church musician. She did speak to this. She said that he accused her of having an affair with the church musician. So he addressed that first. He said that I never accused her of sleeping with the church musician. He said, however, affairs start with the emotions. He said, you can have an affair with somebody and it's emotional. It's inappropriate conversations, inappropriate, you putting yourself in inappropriate situations. He said, I never said that she had sex with the church musician. However, I know that their conversations extended beyond just praise. She was the worship leader. It extended beyond their conversations that they needed to have about music. He said, and I know it because I saw the text messages. Now, later on, he's going to try to explain how he got into his wife's phone without breaking into her phone. But we'll get to that because child. But he said that was right. So he said, I ain't ever said love with the man, but she had an inappropriate relationship. Oh, let me start from the beginning. He said he did stop being affectionate with his wife, but now he's giving us the reasons why. He said that he did stop being affectionate with her. He said, but when I felt like she wasn't being faithful to me, why would I? He said nobody would want to be intimate with their spouse or their significant other if they felt like they were being unfaithful. And I said, well, I guess that's true. So then he spoke on this incident that happened in New York when she was supposedly met with another minister of music or pastor or somebody, where allegedly he wanted her to work for him. He wanted to hire her, and they were meeting to talk about it. Now, he said that when she told him about this meeting, she told him it was a group of people. It wasn't a one-on-one situation. It was a group of people. And that they were going, they lived in New York. They were going to meet at the Juniors. And so he said that somebody sent him pictures of her at Juniors eating with this guy. And they were alone. And he said, you didn't tell me it was a one-on-one meeting. You told me you were meeting with a group of people and y'all were going to discuss some business. Then there was other pictures of her at the hotel. Now, she said she told her husband that the story she told Carlos was that, they never left the lobby. They sat in the lobby. They had the conversation they needed to have. They went to Junior's. They ate the dessert. And then she dropped the man back off at the hotel, and that was it. She said, I know his wife. There was nothing nefarious that happened. Now, what her husband is saying is, okay, but you told me you never got out the car. You told me you never stepped foot in the hotel. Now you're saying, okay, I went in the hotel, but I didn't go upstairs in his room. she said that as far as going to Junior's was concerned, he said, yeah, the Cheesecake Place Junior's. He said, well, you never told me y'all went and got anything to eat. You told me y'all met, and that was that. And you also made it seem like it was a group. It wasn't just a one-on-one situation. Then the man said, this is the part where I was done with him too. He said, that she came home at 4 o'clock in the morning, but he ain't say nothing because he trusted her. Sir, there's no business meeting that takes place at 4 o'clock in the morning. So she got home at 4 o'clock in the morning and you didn't think it was no problem. You said, well, I trusted my wife because she told me nothing happened. Now, that's Tasha saying about his version of the story. You came home at 4 o'clock in the morning. No, ma'am. He said Tasha left first. He said Tasha left the marriage first. She left. She went to Detroit. She stayed in Detroit longer than what she said. Then she told him she was renting a house in Detroit because she was trying to get some work done in Detroit. And he told her, well, it's probably just a good idea for you to stay there. He told her, stay in Detroit. So then he said that she had to have some surgery. She had to have some medical stuff. And so she asked if she could come back and stay with him because she needed somebody to help take care of her through her, after her surgery or whatever. Now that seemed weird to me that she would fly back to New York to have, unless that's where her health insurance and stuff was. Because I guess, I don't know. She's a musician. She's a gospel artist, but I guess she was also working for the church. So maybe because of her health insurance, wherever she needed to have this surgery, maybe that's why. But child, anyway, maybe she was hanging with her girls. Yeah, okie dokie. Mm-hmm. So he said that's how she ended up coming back and moving back into the house, and they were going to supposedly work on their marriage. They went to counseling and all this other stuff. He was adamant, and he said he's not gay. He's adamant that he's not gay. He said that she has made statements that alluded to. She has allowed people to run with that narrative and not corrected them. He said, but he is not gay. He said, ain't no ain't no flirting. Right. He was very clear. Listen, he went on and he got very explicit. He said, there's no man in this world that can claim that they was with him. He said, he is not gay. Okay. He was clear about that. He maintains that she had an emotional affair. That she had an emotional affair. Now, mind you, in 2019, they just got married in 2019. He said by 2020 is when she had the affair, the sexual affair, by 2020. So, baby, not even a year later.
And they got married in the middle of 2019.
Not even a year later. He said he had a problem with the fact that she would tell their private business to people, especially people in the church. He said he's the pastor and he's ministering to these people, and they are walking around with intimate business of their marriage and what goes on in their home. He said that Tasha would not just tell the people in the church their personal business, but she would also party with them. He mentioned something about smoking hookah. And we know Tasha liked to drink because she didn't already told us that drinking was part of the problem. Now, mind you, what's funny is nowhere in any did he talk about her drinking. Nowhere in any did he talk about the fact that she had a drinking problem or that it was he didn't, at least not the part I heard. At a certain point, I did start tuning him out because he was doing that preaching where he basically was just repeating himself and pontificating with a whole lot of big words. And at a certain point, I just kind of but I don't remember nothing. Nate, did you remember him saying anything about her alcohol or drinking? Yeah, we don't remember that. Okay. That was the beginning of the Panorama. Yeah, that's what it seemed like, child. That's what it seemed like. All right. Okay. He said he didn't acknowledge her as the first lady because she won't acting like a first lady. And he was mad at her. So he said, you're right. There were times when I did not acknowledge her in the way that I should have acknowledged her. But we weren't in a good space. We weren't in a good place at that time. He told her, now this is where he lost me, y'all. Listen, he had kind of already lost me, but this is where he really lost me. He told her that he wanted to take a lie detector test as a part of their, I guess, healing and coming back together as a husband and wife. And he said that he wanted her to write 10 questions that he wanted her to answer, that she wanted him to answer. And then he wanted to write 10 questions that he wanted her to answer, and that they wanted to do a lie detector test. Who does that? Listen, let me tell y'all something. If I gotta go through the trouble of asking my husband for a lie detector test, I already know what it is. I already know what it is. What do I just need you to confirm it? And what you gonna do with a lie detector test? Like, what you gonna do with that? I thought that was weird. Why are you asking your wife for a lie detector test? I thought that was weird. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, this is what I wrote in my notes, y'all. I'm almost done, child. I'm almost done. He started talking about how he had all of these, text messages. Now, people in the comments was like, so you went through her phone? So you was reading her messages in her phone? So he came up with this elaborate story explaining how he got in her phone. He said that he does something in his private life, something that he said, I'm not going to get into all the details, but I was doing something, and basically all of the codes on her phone unlocked. Sir, what? You were working on a project with one of your business partners, and because of the type of business, it unlocked her phone. Sir, then you, whatever technology y'all working on, you need to sell it to the FBI, the CIA, every disgruntled wife. Like, what technology you have that it just miraculously unlocks people's phone? I ain't never heard of such. Neither here nor there, child. He said that's how he got her phone. He said that when she left the second time that he left, that she left her phone that he went through. And he said that he was able to access text message going back as far as 2017. And he said that he did send them text messages to his lawyer because by this time she was refusing to sign off on the divorce. And so he said there were pictures and videos and things of that nature in that phone. And he did send them to his attorney. And he said, because he kept telling her that her phone was there, come and get your phone, come and get your phone, come and get your phone. And then he finally went through her phone. They got an iPhone. He married it. He did something, child. He did something, child. He said that he knew. I can't read my own handwriting, child. He confronted one of the men who he claimed had an affair. Again, an emotional affair. I don't think this was the physical affair. And basically the man apologized and the man tried to cash app him. And he said he cashed app the man back and said, you don't have to pay me no money. Just know that I know that you was inappropriate with my wife. I wrote video of sexual encounter. So he said ultimately his reason for divorcing his wife because she betrayed his trust. He divorced her because of her betrayal, not because of anything else. I just want to make sure I'm reading all my notes out, y'all. Divorce because of betrayal allowed. Oh, he said she allowed a picture to be painted of him that wasn't, and I feel like he's alluding to the gay rumors. I think we're getting back to these rumors of him being a homosexual. And ultimately, y'all, so let me give y'all my overall, and then we're gonna get off of here so Nicki can go to bed and I can go to bed, child. Ultimately, I think this boils down to the rumor got out that you was gay. Your wife either participated in those rumors or did not squelch, I'm making up a word, the rumors. and you are upset because them rumors are out there that you gay. That's that's what I heard. All the rest of this emotional affair, physical affair, y'all was only married for 3 years, sir. How did you get to the point where you would no longer let your wife in a 3-year window? How did your wife go? And I'm not defending her because she wrong, okay? She wrong. I ain't defending her. She wrong. But how did it get to a point where your wife was out here having physical affairs and in your marriage? When exactly did you stop touching this woman? And again, I'm not saying that makes it okay, but let's be clear. Ain't nobody get married to be celibate. Ain't nobody get married to be celibate. Why he mad she was dating out and not being a good beard? That's what it is. Because, like, look, that's what Nicki said. Nicki said they had an agreement, and she ain't stick to the agreement. And I believe that too. I believe they had an agreement. They had an understanding. You supposed to do whatever you was doing. You supposed to be discreet and keep it on the DL. And you was flirting with the minister of the musician. What they call it, the minister. I was gonna say the minister of magic. And I know that's. I was thinking about Harry Potter. I said the minister of magic. But you was out here dating out loud and proud. You was supposed to be on the DL dating some dude that didn't nobody know, that was like running the front desk down to the Dillards or something. You was supposed to be messing around with somebody that didn't have no parts of the church, no parts of that area. You was supposed to have to get in the car and ride a couple of miles to go see your sneaky link, drive down to Jersey or drive down to Philly and then hook up with your little sneaky link. But no, you was hooking up with the sneaky link right there in the church, and people was seeing it, people was noticing it, and people was talking. And so now you done got this man embarrassed because he married you to cover up for what people was already saying. Let's be clear, the rumors didn't start when Tasha got there. Let's just call a thing a thing. What you on about?
How you gonna say that ain't when the rumors start?
That ain't Nay. You know that's not when them rumors start. That's why he married her to begin with. That ain't when them rumors started. Y'all think the rumors started when he married her? Or do y'all think the rumors started before and that's why he married her? Now come on, y'all, call a thing a thing. We're gonna call a thing a thing. I got my Ayala voice on. Call a thing a thing.
Why they say Tasha a Libra?
Is that a problem with her being a Libra?
She not representing. She ain't representing.
Well, she belong to you.
And she October Libra at that. I'm disappointed.
She belongs to you.
No, she don't. I don't know her.
Well, she's an October Libra. If she were a July Cancer, you'd be giving her to me.
Tiny is July Cancer.
She is, and Tiny be cracking me up. Minister of Music. Thank you, Jonathan. You wasn't supposed to be down to the church messing with the Minister of Music. That's not what you were supposed to be. Keeping it to DL, and you were supposed to be able to do your thing without letting nobody know that. And y'all wasn't sleeping together, because again, that fell right into the stereotype that they already had about this man, that he don't want no piece of no fish. He don't want the fish. So he done got married to this beautiful woman, because I think Tasha's a beautiful young lady. Well, she might, but Tasha's a beautiful woman. Y'all got married, and in less than a year, you won't touch her? Sir, bye. Sir, bye. Sir, bye. So I had to bring y'all the information that I'm sure that Tasha gonna respond, because she don't seem like the kind of person that don't have nothing to say. So I feel like Tasha's gonna respond. So y'all know I'll bring y'all the updates. Y'all know what we do around here. I will bring y'all the updates. Okay. With that being said, let me go ahead and get out of here, y'all, because I gotta get on the road in the morning and head back to DC. And I feel like I've been here for a week, because I feel like I got stuff all over her house. She probably was getting ready to put me out anyway.
Also, Andrew Reese, she retweeted ESPN emojis. It's at 8.
Thank you. My producer's over there giving me these updates. Ain't dated a church man yet, because a great position be giving me cis vibes. Oh.
Also, Saucy Santana tweeted 100 bands. F is 100 bands. something I can use. That
What are you talking about?
Saucy Santana.
Now he was out there being community peen. I didn't figure out what that live was about earlier, but I'm ready to fight for you, sis. Jonathan, okay, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get off here. It really is not that serious. TTB, okay, for those who we talking about something else real quick. TTB is shady. We know that he's shady and he says shady things. And he had made a comment that was shady that I felt like he was throwing a jab at Scotty and Jamar, but it hit me. You know, he made a comment about the people who've been interviewing the Chasing the Chasing Dallas people are boring and he needs to do these interviews. He didn't say that. Let me be fair. He didn't say that. He posted an email that he said came from one that said the interviews were boring and they needed him to get the videos, do the videos. And a lot of people were like, oh, well, he's throwing shade at Scotty and Jamar because they're the ones that have been interviewing people from Chasing Dallas. And I'm like, no, me and LT have done a couple of interviews. So, I mean, are you throwing shade at Scotty and Jamar or are you throwing shade at me and El Teddy? Now, according to TTB, he said it wasn't shade at all. That's not how he meant it. But I'm mad. I don't have no beef with TTB. I'm not gonna make no videos coming for him. And I really wouldn't have said anything about it. But when it was mentioned, I just gave my 2 cents on it. You know what I'm saying? I would not have gone out of my way to do a video or gone out of my way to address it. But because it was brought up and it was being spoken about, I just added my 2 cents. That's all. All right, y'all. I'm going to bed. I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all well wishes. And I will see y'all later. Talk to y'all later. Peace. From the other side.